Welcome to BSW. Thank you for tuning in, for watching our shows, for the response that we're getting. Thank you so much for your support. Keep on watching and sharing our videos. This week we decided to do something different. Since we are all busy people, Simon, W, everybody has their own businesses. We decided we're going to do it from our own, wherever we are, and we're going to bring it together to you. This week we see in the parsha that נחman says that sound travels with air, with the wind. Avir is air in Hebrew. So she says that Avir is the same oisi, is the same word as Or. Or is the light of the Baruch. Says something very deep. It says the same as we cannot live without oxygen, without air, the same we cannot live without Or, the light of the Baruch. And when people are together, ba'ahdus and shulam, that's when the air between them, the energy between them is clean. When the energy is clean, people can talk to each other freely. But when people hate each other, then the energy between them is not clean, the air is not clean. So if the air is not clean, you can say whatever you want to your friend, but because the air is not clean, your words, your call, your sound will not travel to your friend. So he won't hear what you say. This week's parsha we see that Yosef with his brothers, they didn't have a good relationship. There was a lot of sin between them. There was no ahava, there was no shulam between them. That's why he says, Lo yachli dabra l'shulam. He couldn't talk to them because they didn't hear anything, because it didn't travel, the sound didn't travel. We can see Yaakov told Yosef, Lech ra'aya shalem echechu. Go see the peace of your brothers. He told them, listen, you want to change their hearts for good? The only way you're going to be able to change it is through ahava and shulam. That's when they're going to be able to listen to you. There's no peace between you guys. You can say whatever you want. You can scream as loud as you want. And you can be right. They won't hear a word. So it's a very deep insight from Rav נחman. You know, people, even in politics, or just when you have an argument, if there's any slight of sin in between you guys, the other person won't be able to listen. The other person won't be able to hear. You want the other person to hear you? It has to be peace and achdus.
Alright, this is Mills of the Shti side, do some time. It's a rhythm. Woo!
This week's roundtable discussion, we wanted to discuss something, a topic that everybody likes to discuss. It's the topic of the system. You know, the old system that everybody's against it, and people don't know what is it, and is it good to be in the system, is it not good to be in the system? What's going on over here with the system? So I'd like to discuss with you, W and Simon, what's with the system. So I'd like to give you my point of view of the system, and you guys tell me what you think about it. Now, I'm thinking like this. You know, UPS, FedEx, or any big company, they have a system put into place. They have a uniform, they have a time when you have to come to work, they have rules and regulations. If you want to work for UPS, then you got to follow their system. Me personally, I believe in a system. I believe that we need to be in a system because that's the only way stuff can work out. Now, if you don't like the system, it means that system doesn't work for you, then change the system. Go into a different system. Find yourself a system that works for you. 99% people need a system. Of course, there will always be people who are free people who say free thinkers, they don't want a system, they don't want anybody telling them what to do. But I'm talking about in general, the majority of people need a system. There's a lot of good systems. There's systems for all kinds of people. What do you think, W?
Oh, Barmi, I'm sitting in my car and I'm thinking what you're saying about system. And indeed, I believe system is a very sensitive issue because there's a lot of systems and a lot of people that have been brought up in system they have not chose to be brought up in that system. So a lot of times people find themselves caught into a system which not only is not necessarily helping them to grow and become closer to themselves, but a lot of times the system they've been brought up with is hurting them. It's taking away from their growth. The system of communists. There's a lot of systems in the world. There's a system where I grew up where if you didn't wear a certain type of vest that hangs in the back, 2 pieces of silk that the type that waitresses go with, or you didn't wear a certain type of kippah. Anyway, yeah, whatever works, whatever maximizes your potential. And until that, Echad hoyu Avraham. Don't forget, there's only one. No one else knows what you need and how long you have to be a rebel and when you could find a system. So, oh wow, system. System is a good thing when it's in the right time, in the right place. That's all I can say. Barmi, you rock, man. Simon, what are you saying, Simon? I'm in my car. Today I'm recording in my car. See, this is gorgeous. You know, I'm on the way back from work now, and I'm sharing my thoughts with you about the system.
Everybody's busy here with proud of being this, proud of being that. I don't know. I'm proud I'm not in the system. I'm in my own system. Leave me alone. System, schmistem, kishtem.
This is all for this week's show. And until next week, see y'all. Enjoy.